What's good, everybody? This is your boy Petrie Perfect, and I am back for another video. And today I'm giving you the Texans versus Colts preview hey, listen, this is a big game tomorrow. This is the preview. This is the things that we're going to need to do tomorrow to go into Indianapolis and upset the Indianapolis Colts. So before we get into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Remember, we go live every Tuesday night just talking about different things in pop culture. So make sure y'all are back. And also, I will be going live for the Texans and Colts game at about 11:45, about 15 minutes before kickoff tomorrow. So be there. If you haven't been a part of the live streams, it is an awesome time. Of course, I can't actually show the game, but come with me. We're gonna come over here with me. We're gonna talk about the game, talk about football in general, and have a fun time. So if you love football, then my live stream is where you want to be tomorrow. So make sure you are there. But back to the game. Yes, the Texans do travel to Indianapolis this week to play the Colts. The Colts have been one of the best football teams in the NFL this season. They also lead our division, the AFC South. I do think the Texans are only 2 games behind. I think we're only 2 games behind the Indianapolis Colts, so which makes these 2 games that we played them very pivotal. Of course, we played them this Sunday, and then we played them the last week of the season, which I've stated in another video that is shaping up to be a win and you're in type of game, depending on how the rest of the season goes after today. So I'm excited for this game. These are the big games that this is what you live for as a football player and as a football fan. Playing meaningful football games after Thanksgiving. The way that this season started, we did not think we would be here come Thanksgiving, come the weekend after Thanksgiving. But here we are. Lo and behold, our team has fought. They have put themselves in a position to be able to get a spot in the National Football League playoffs. So these are my keys to victory for the game this week. So starting with the offense, first thing first, CJ Stroud has cleared concussion protocol and will be playing in the game this Sunday. This is a big deal because CJ Stroud is our starting quarterback. He started off with an amazing rookie year and has been up and down since then. So this is a pivotal time in his career that he can definitely get on a heater right now and put this team in a position to not only make the playoffs, but to even make a deep run in the playoffs. With Baltimore struggling to get in, with the possibility of Kansas City getting in, with the fact that you already technically own the Buffalo Bills, this is a great opportunity to get in the playoffs and to play other teams who don't have that much playoff experience. Hey, you ask me, I don't see why we can't sneak into the playoffs. We cannot go on a little run here and make it to our first AFC Championship game and possibly even Super Bowl. So it's all going to be on CJ Stroud. Our defense plays phenomenal. We'll get to them in a little bit, but our defense plays phenomenal. CJ Stroud needs to go in there, make quick decisions, and use his legs. I know he just got hurt. I know he's dealing with probably the fear of being put out again. Hey, get down sooner, man. Get down sooner. Hey, if you ask me, dip your shoulders. Shoot. To me, dipping your shoulders and taking the hit is way safer than sliding because these guys are going to hit you anyways. But that's another conversation for another day. But CJ just got to make quick decisions. Don't put our team in negative plays. That's why I give Mills a lot of credit. I've been seeing a lot of people in my comments saying Mills didn't do all this. Mills, blah, 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 blah. Mills was yes, guys, nobody's saying Mills was a better quarterback than CJ, but Mills just did the little things right. And it doesn't always reflect on the stat sheet. So keeping his team in positive situations. We should be in 2nd and 7, not 2nd and 6, not 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14, 3rd and 19. Stay out of the negative plays, and CJ, just get off to a fast start too. I need you to get off to a fast start this week. I don't need you coming along, getting off, we starting slow, and then we try to turn up in the 4th quarter. We need to play complementary football. We're going to have to play 4 quarters of good football in order to beat this team. So it's all on CJ Stroud. The world's going to be watching. Is how well is he going to play? Of course, the moment he starts to mess up, people are going to say, bring Mills in. CJ's not getting it done. So he was starting to warm up before he got hurt. So let's see if he can ride that same momentum. So that's one of our keys to victory. Also, a couple of key players this week that's going to be very important. Woody Marks. Woody Marks has bust onto the scene as a dual threat running back, receiving and rushing the football. He's going to be very pivotal because he's going to be we're going to have to get the ball to him in order to move this offense down the field. If he can run the ball effectively, he can catch the ball effectively, it's really going to open up the offense. A running back is dang near a quarterback's best friend because you can just dump it off to him and let him make a play. Let your playmakers make plays, and one of those playmakers is Woody Marks. Another playmaker that's also going to be a key part of this game is the Colts killer, who is Nico Collins. Nico Collins tends to always have a great game against the Indianapolis Colts, always beating them over the top pretty deep. Always getting a lot of yards, making his presence known on the field from snap one. We know Nico Collins, what he can bring to the table. CJ is going to have to throw him the ball. Give your guy an opportunity. Sometimes that's what it comes down to. Give your guy an opportunity to be great. And that's what we're going to need from Nico Collins on this Sunday. And last and not least, as far as key players for the offensive side of the football, next and last but not least is the offensive line. They have stepped up their game in CJ's absence. Now, I hope in their return that they can continue to play well, continue to be productive, continue to open up holes, and continue to pass protect at the level that they have. It has not been perfect, but they have been so much better. Now, I'm one of the people that was not always just blaming the offensive line because in the beginning of the year, C.J. Stroud was holding on to the ball too long. C.J. Stroud was trying to scramble like he's Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick, and that's not his game. Running east to west is not his game. North and south is where I need you. North and south is where I need you to get to. Hey, if it's not there, hey, help your lineman out. Run, get 2-3 extra yards, and just get down, man. Get down quick because these boys is going to try to hurt you, man, and put you out for another 3 weeks. So offensive line needs to step up and play their best game actually moving forward because, our schedule gets tough after this. So I'm excited to see what the offensive line does. Now, for the defensive side of the football, listen, we all know our defense is already amazing. They're world beaters. They're like the 2000 Ravens. I know I might be boosting a little bit there, but these guys are very, very good. We have 2 defensive ends that are in the top 5 in sacks in the league. Myles Garrett, of course, leads. Myles Garrett got like 18 sacks with 6 games to go. That's another video that we're gonna have to break down. But 18 sacks, of course. I think it's Myles Garrett, Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, Micah Parsons. I can't remember who that 5th person is, but to have 2 pass rushers in the top 5 in sacks is amazing. Micah Parsons just passed Will Anderson because they played Thursday night, and he hasn't. And Will hasn't played yet. So we'll see how it goes after this week. But I am working on a video, Micah Parsons versus Will Anderson. So I'm gonna wait till after these games are played, so that way I can have accurate numbers for their stats. So yes, our defense is going to have to come to play. I don't expect them to be as good as they was against the Bills, but I do nonetheless expect them to be as good as they've been all year long. I do think that magic number for us, especially offensive, we can get to 20. I've always said 23, 24. So I do think it will probably be a little bit more of an effort this week. I do think we're going to need to get to about 26 to 27 points to win this game. And I do think our defense is going to show up and show out. Daniel Jones has been hurt. He's on one leg. I think he is expected to play. As of a few minutes before me dropping this video, I did see, and I'm recording this video on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock a.m., and I did see that Adam Schefter tweeted that Tyler Warren is now on the injury report because of an illness. So Tyler Warren is one of the best tight ends in football. So Daniel Jones on one leg, Tyler Warren is out. Hey, this is opening up for our favor. But I'm not even worried about defensive side of the ball. This is the side of the ball I'm not worried about at all. Yes, I do believe as far as our defense, the biggest thing going into this game, the biggest focus should be taking Jonathan Taylor out the game. Jonathan Taylor is on pace to have one of these historically great seasons. He is by far the touchdown leader, but I think by like 8 touchdowns. It's a huge gap, and I could be wrong. Fact check me. Leave it in the comments. Let me know how wrong was I on that, or am I right? I can't remember, but I think has an 8 touchdown lead on the NFL. It's an incredible He's incredible, man. The way he's playing this season is remarkable, but we're going to have to take him out the game. We have to keep him under 70 rushing yards. I don't know where I came up with that number, but I just like it. I feel like if we can keep him under 70, we should be able to win this game pretty easily, in my opinion. But another thing too is, historically, the Colts always have a receiver that tends to go off against the Houston Texans. And with that being said, we must do what we have to do to stop Michael Pittman this week. We cannot let Michael Pittman get loose. He has to be contained, because there's always a receiver that goes off. But I do trust my secondary, Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter. I do see Kalen Bullock, which we'll talk about in just a second, and Jalen Petrie. Petrie will be back. He was out just as long as CJ was with the concussion, but Jalen Petrie will be playing Sunday. My namesake, because my last name is Petrie. Ain't that many Petries in the world. So when he's out there, it just, I don't know. I feel like it's my bloodline. We ain't related in no way, form or fashion, but hey, he's one of my favorite players on this team, and I'm so excited to see him back in action as they take on the Colts this week. So big game, guys, big game. A lot of playoff implications on this week. Like I said, we're 2 games behind. We played the Colts twice. Ideally, we would love to sweep them, and so that's what I'm hoping that we can do. But it starts on Sunday. We do got Kansas City next Sunday night, and then we got Arizona, and we got Vegas, and then we got the Chargers and some other team. But we got to win against the Colts first, 1 game at a time. 1 game at a time. Let's take care of business in Indianapolis, and then we can take care of business in Kansas City next week, and then come on back home for our back-to-back home games against the Cardinals and the Raiders. So we don't control our own destiny right now, but if we can continue to win out, I guess I wrote in my notes that we don't control our destiny, but now that I think about it, if we win out, in a sense, we do control our own destiny, because us winning out will put us in the playoffs. So I guess as of right now, we do control our own destiny, 1 game at a time. Let's go out there and get these dubs. It doesn't make it any easier that Kalen Bullock decides to get on social media, and I think he was on Good Morning Football, and Kalen Bullock says this: "We got to stop the run. That's their whole offense. The whole offense go through Jonathan Taylor. He's the best back this year. Once you stop him, we feel like the offense don't have nothing else." Now, I do think he's correct, but keep this to yourself. God, if you don't know anything about the National Football League, do not give people bulletin board material. Now these boys are going to be hyped. Now, Coach... is it Steichen? Coach Steichen is over there saying, look what they're saying about y'all. Jonathan Taylor, they said if Jonathan Taylor's all we got. Michael Pittman, you hear that? Daniel Jones, you hear that? That's what he's saying over there right now, and getting these boys amped up to prove a point. When you have the number 1 this or the number 1 that, people are already motivated because they want to go out there and prove that you're not as good as advertised. And who better more than wants to prove us wrong than our own division rivals, the Indianapolis Colts, who, no matter what their record is, no matter how good or bad they are, this is always a tough game for the Texans, especially going into Indianapolis. So Kalen Bullock, you gotta chill, man. I know you're confident. He's coming off the best game of his career against the Buffalo Bills with 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. Had a touchdown, but got called back because of a stupid block in the back. Hey, I understand you feeling yourself, but let's stay humble and let's stay hungry. Let's not give these guys any more ammo than what they already need. So, are you excited about the game on Sunday? I know I am. Leave it in the comments. What is your score prediction for the game on Sunday, the Texans versus Colts? I'm excited. Like I said, I'll be live streaming right on my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Don't Cancel Me Pod. I will be live at like 11:45, and come talk football with me and have a great time. Bring your drink. We're gonna have a good time. If you haven't been there before, then you'll know. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna get some fun reactions, and hopefully we get a Texans dub. So once again, this is your boy Petrie Perfect, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.